I walked into my own funeral, only to find someone else lying in my casket. My friends were crying over a complete stranger while my entire life was being erased in real time. I'm not dead, but according to everyone I love, I've already been replaced by a perfect impostor. It sounds like something out of a nightmare, right? But for me, it became a chilling reality. The day started like any other, until I got a cryptic text. It was a link to an obituary. My obituary. At first I thought it was some sick joke. But then the calls and texts from my friends started pouring in. Messages of condolence for a life I was still living. Curiosity, mixed with a healthy dose of fear, led me to the funeral home. I slipped in through a side door, hiding behind a floral arrangement that ironically had my name on it. The air was thick with grief. My mother was sobbing into my father's shoulder. My best friend, Sarah, was delivering a eulogy, her voice cracking with emotion. But the words she spoke, they weren't about me. She talked about my recent trip to Europe, a trip I never took. She mentioned my newfound love for rock climbing, something I've always been terrified of. It was my life, but rewritten. A distorted, perfected version. Then I saw it. The open casket. I crept closer, my heart pounding against my ribs. Inside lay a person who looked eerily like me, but just off. The features were sharper, the smile and the framed photo next to the casket was brighter, more confident. This wasn't me. This was an upgrade. Imagine watching your inner circle orchestrate your disappearance while you're standing right behind them. They didn't just move on.
Ow.
They built an elaborate facade to delete my existence before my body was even cold. Who was this person in the casket? More importantly, who was orchestrating this elaborate deception? As I scanned the crowd of mourners, I noticed something that sent a shiver down my spine. My brother Mark wasn't crying. He stood at the back, his expression a mixture of satisfaction and anxiety. It caught my eye for a fleeting second, and in that moment, I saw a flash of pure panic before he quickly looked away. He knew he was in on it. But why? What could possibly drive my own brother to erase me from existence? This wasn't just about a mistaken identity or a cruel prank. This was a meticulously planned operation. It forged a death certificate, hired a look-alike, and rewritten my entire history. My online profiles were gone, my apartment had been cleared out, and every digital and physical trace of me was being systematically wiped clean. They didn't just want me gone. They wanted me to have never existed at all. I had to step out of the shadows to reclaim an identity they stole from me. I couldn't just burst in and scream, "I'm alive." They would have called me crazy, an impostor trying to disrupt a grieving family. No, I had to be smarter than them. I had to dismantle their lies piece by piece, from the inside out. My first step was figuring out who the person in the casket was and how my own family had found them. I started digging into Mark's life, his recent activities, his financial records. What I uncovered was a web of deceit far more complex and sinister than I could have ever imagined. It turned out this replacement wasn't just a random look-alike. They were part of a larger scheme, a secretive organization that specialized in creating new identities for the wealthy and powerful. They didn't just provide new papers. They've provided entire lives, complete with fabricated histories, social circles, and even grieving families to make the transition seamless. And my family, for reasons I was about to uncover, had paid them a fortune to make me disappear and install this new, improved version. The motive? It all came down to a massive inheritance I knew nothing about. An inheritance that was contingent on me meeting a set of nearly impossible criteria by my next birthday. Instead of helping me meet them, my family decided it was easier to just replace me with someone who already did. This perfect stranger in my casket was their key to unlocking a fortune. My life was just collateral damage. I was standing on the edge of a conspiracy that was bigger than just my family. It was a network that had done this before and would do it again. I wasn't just fighting for my name anymore. I was fighting to expose a machine that literally buries people alive. The funeral was just the beginning. The real battle for my life was about to start. Thanks for watching.